Welcome on the channel. I'm Mike, and this channel is here to help you with your English class, whatever if you're teaching ELA or ESL, offline or online. Warm up. Phonics game for your class, and it's right now. 3 stars, team 2, winner! We need to control. Happy Halloween. President! Magic phonics good. What is that? To all of you. Hello everyone, welcome into the ESL live stream. It's Sunday night. Thank you if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube and even LinkedIn. Thank you so much for being here today. And if you're watching the replay, thank you very much for being here. So today, the ESL live stream is going to be about the classroom management. So if you need help with your class, just feel free to ask your questions. We'll have some awesome guests today. We're going to have 2 different guests. We're going to have, let me see. Right, classroom management technique. I prepared a little PPT. For, I know that some of you might need to have more visual stuff, so having a little PPT might be helping you. So today, in classroom management techniques, we will go through first, we'll have with our guest, of course. Take it easy, Mike. Don't be too fast. Oh, man. Come on. All right. So, yeah. Tonight, we're going to have Stu from Tefl Lemon. He's been on the live quite often. You know him pretty much. And we will have Eric as well. He's been on the ESL live stream too. A very nice teacher, very skilled teacher. I remember the days when he just started his YouTube channel. We all started at the point, and he would come and say hello on the stream. Someone really nice that appreciate. And since we are back here now in China, no more regulations. So especially with what we went through, the COVID and all that stuff, it's all the past. Let's go on and get back to routines. We will have Stu as well very soon. I can see here in the live, we have a lot of people coming in saying hello. I'm gonna go and check you out a little bit later. Here we go, live content. So what we're gonna go through today, we will introduce a little bit the classroom management for people who don't really know, with different kind of question that you might ask. Okay, we have maybe different teachers level. So we will go question like, what's the definition of classroom management? It's supposed to be a little bit obvious, but we gotta dig into it too. And what's an effective classroom management, and why is it beneficial for teachers and students? And then we will go into different techniques and 10 classroom management techniques so that you can use in your class. And of course, keep on asking your question even when we are talking. I'll go through all the different questions, and if I miss your questions, please sorry. I'll try my best tonight. It's not easy, believe me. 10 classroom management techniques so you can use in your class. We will go through these techniques later on, and we will get the common disruptive behaviors. I know what kind of students you mostly have in the classroom, so we will go through these different behaviors, and as well Q&A, of course. All right, so let's check out a little bit. I can see that all of you has been waiting for. Thank you so much for being here. Let me see. Right. So let's see. A little hello to the early birds on the channel that we had earlier. Who was that? Miggy, I think it's. Yeah? Miggy. Yeah. Hi, Miggy. Thanks for being here. Good evening, Jasmine. It's been a long time. Yeah, that's true. It's been a long time. I didn't do live on the ESL live stream. Thank you for being here. Here we go. Life experience in China. Have a good one. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for 如果有中国的朋友们说中文也可以，没事啊，我慢慢看字儿呢。Thank you very much for being here. Hi, Stone Nugget here on the live. We do have as well. Have a good one. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, Mike, good to see you. And this is Habilasha. Thank you for being here. Hi, Ty. Thank you. You can just tell me where you're from. That will be good to know, everyone. Tell me where you're from. That will be, tell us where you're from. We're going to welcome the guest in a moment. Who was that? Hi, I'm Tay from Timor-Leste. Wow. I'm not sure where is that. Very welcome, brother. Thank you so much. Big shout out. Yo. Yep. Sorry, I mess up sometimes. All right. Hello from Morocco. This is my first time to be here online. Very welcome. Thank you. Morocco is in the house, yo. Ram Sam Sam, Ram Sam Sam, goody 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 goody, Ram Sam Sam. A really nice warm up from Morocco. I remember that using it in the classroom. Uh, Hi from STL. Thank you, Jackie. Welcome. Wow, a lot of people. Morris, thank you for coming, Morris. It's awesome. And who do we get? Hi from Bordeaux, France. Nat, thank you. Bonjour, bienvenue Nat. Merci beaucoup pour être là. C'est un grand plaisir d'avoir une, on va dire, collègue française. Hello, Mike. Thank you very much. Big shout out for. I'm not very far from Bordeaux. She's from Bordeaux. Yeah, I'm close to Bordeaux, like about in the north. Yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you. Shout out to Bordeaux. What? Bruh. Good. I'm checking us too because I know he was supposed to be here, but I'm not sure. It might have problem, sometimes. But it's all right. We're gonna go right. I'm not gonna make you wait. Thank you so much for being all in here. We have our first guest of the night, Eric from Etacude. Just go and just welcome him. The first guest of the night. Here we go. Hello, Eric. How are you
Hi,
doing?
Mike. Thank you for having me. I'm doing really well. Thank you.
First of all, congratulations for 150K subscribers. That's incredible. I know you started from scratches, just like everyone does. There's always a beginning for everything. There was always a start for it. I'm super happy to see you. The other day I was checking, what? 120, and then you came. It's going really up. It's just because you're doing an awesome job. Thank you. Very welcome.
Oh, that's a great intro. Thank you so much, Mike. Yeah, I think it's thanks to you too. I just started my channel 4 or 5 years ago, and you were one of the YouTube teachers out there that I look up to. So you made it a lot easier by being one of the first.
Yeah, we were all together on that one. It's all good. Can you maybe just quickly introduce yourself?
Okay. Hi,
If you don't
everyone.
mind.
My name is Eric. I've been a teacher for the past 16 years, 17 years. I taught in South Africa and then taught there for 3 years. Then I moved to Korea and I've taught every single level. I've taught kindergarten, elementary school, primary school in South Africa. I've taught high school, and currently I'm working at a university in South Korea. I've been here for the past 10 years. And a couple of years ago, I decided to create a YouTube channel just to share some ideas, because when I was learning to be or studying to become a teacher, and when I first got into teaching, it was incredibly hard because I feel like there was a lot of information that wasn't being shared. That means classroom management tips or activities or just some resources. So I've taken it upon myself just to learn and share whatever I can. And I think classroom management is one of the biggest stumbling blocks or issues for teachers out there. And so I've made a number of videos on it. I won't say I'm an expert. I just I try and find information and then share it with the audience out there. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've also been doing live streams for 3 years, but I've done them every week at this time. But I decided to take a step back and focus on creating videos instead of just doing live streams for a bit. But it's nice. So it's nice to be back and actually doing it.
Yes, exactly. Oh, I get it wrong. Here we go. Eric's YouTube channel, everyone. So if you want, go and check out his channel. You can have really good tips, believe me. Etacude. So it's interesting. Why this name, Etacude? I know it, but just for everyone to know.
Well, I was trying to think of a name for the channel, and I wanted it to be something about education. And I don't know how I got to it, but I thought of maybe using some words, and then I thought about educate, and I just turned it. I flipped it around, and the meaning for it behind it is that I wanted to flip teaching around and make it easier and simpler. So I think that's where it came from. So it's basically educate backwards.
That's awesome. Great. Thank you so much, man. Great. So in the comments, checking a little bit the comments down below. I know you've been doing lives for quite long, right? You have a great lot of fans are following you. So yeah, it's really
Salma,
impressive.
I can see you. Yeah, and a lot of it's so nice to see a lot of the teachers here that support and watch. It's an incredible community out there of teachers.
Exactly. And that's what we are here to help each other. So thank you so much for supporting this community. Wherever you go on Eric's channel, Mike, Stu as well. I don't know. Okay. He's trying to get the link, but he's got a 404 error. So I'm gonna send him the link into the chat room. Things happen. It's not easy. Look, we are in China. Here, I'm in China. I have to work on a VPN. For you, it's fine. You don't need that VPN. But for us back in China, it's tough. It's tough to have a good connection or stuff that works. So yeah, this is the link of, I just sent the link where everybody can join, of course, but it's, if you can join, there's no problem. You are very welcome. This is your live stream. But back in the past, I had some guys who making fun of me. So no. But if you have a camera, microphone, you are all very welcome. Big shout out to all of you for being here today. Thank you. Thanks to all that community. Wow, I got so many links over there. Okay, great. Okay, so let's see. We might be starting. Stu's gonna make it. Don't worry. We're gonna go right to. I had that little PPT that I just prepared, just to help us out a little bit with the talking, if we can say, and for teachers as well. So we're gonna go with introducing a little bit the classroom management for new teachers. What is that classroom management? What does it mean? It's not only something like how to control your kids. And there's I got a very interesting video about what you were saying, Eric. I've seen, it should be your first short on YouTube Shorts, should be your first shorts, and was one of the where you have most views. I was very interested by that one. Let's go and share it. Let's check out that this little shorts from
a teacher left a comment and said that they having problems with a student in class. Whenever they do something fun, the student participates. But when they have to do some actual work or do something that he doesn't like, he flat out refuses. So this becomes a battle of wills, which is a mistake. If you're a teacher, do not pit yourself against the student. It shouldn't be a battle of wills. Instead, you are only enforcing the rules. You are giving them choices, and they can choose option A or option B, and you enforce those rules. So instead of it being a battle between you and the student, it is actually just you enforcing the rules, and they make their own decisions. Don't battle against students, offer them options.
Great. What do you think about that shorts?
Well, young Eric looked very healthy and energetic. I missed that guy.
Man, time flies for everyone. And I'm one of them. I used to be working kindergartens, primary school, jumping up and down, that body language. And that body language, TPR, is also part of classroom management. It's so wide as well. It's an awesome topic that we gonna have another brother joining us, and it's Stu from Tefl Lemon. Let's welcome the ESL live stream superstar.
Hey!
Yeah, man, you on. How are you doing, Stu? Thank you so much for your time.
Technology, Mike. Technology. What is happening today?
That's the Great Wall effect.
Anyway, sorry for my tardiness. Hey, Eric. How you doing?
Hi, Stu.
All right, that's great. So yeah, we were waiting for you. I was like, "What's going on?" It's all good. It's all good. No problem.
Long story, everybody. But anyway, glad to be here and glad to see you two guys.
That's awesome. Let's go. We're gonna go. Yeah, we were starting a little bit on the PPT that I had prepared a little bit. Yeah, before when you were working with your. So tonight's our guests, Stu and Eric. That's awesome. Only boys. Oh yeah, we're gonna rock that.
Eric, it's like first and foremost, before we get into the PPT, I'm so glad to touch base with you, Eric. It's like you are awesome. Like I've got a community here in China, and you are very, very well known. And it's finally nice to touch base with you, and I'm looking forward to this tonight and hearing your views and everything like that.
No, it's amazing meeting you too. It's been too long. I know we chatted a little bit. We sent some messages, but this is the first time saying hello, so it's great to meet you too.
Yeah, cool. Really looking forward to this.
That's awesome. Thank you, guys. No, I was just checking, me in the back. I'm trying to do all that stuff, I got to find someone to do it all for me sometimes, Ooh, all right. All good. Yeah. So let's go. We're not going to bother the audience. Yes. So here we go. We get the live content that's going to happen today. What's going to happen? We're going to introduce that's what we started with, Eric introducing a little bit the classroom management, which is important for new teachers. We might have different teachers' background, so we'll go to techniques and all that stuff. But let's start today with the introduction. What is it going to be about? What is the definition of the classroom management, which the classroom management refers to the wide variety of skills and techniques that teachers use to keep students organized, orderly, focused, attentive, on task, and academically productive. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, productive during class. Great. Let's go on then.
No, absolutely. Mike, before we get into this, I just want to say this is the one thing that worries teachers the most. Whenever teachers, no matter how experienced they are, if they're a new teacher or a seasoned teacher, this is the thing that worries teachers the most. How can I make the most out of my classroom time? Maybe I'm teaching for 45 minutes. Like my class gets out of control. They don't listen to me. They're naughty. They talk while I'm talking. They talk to each other. They don't respect me. I don't know what to do. This is the thing that worries teachers the most. So I'm super stoked about talking about this tonight. This is something I'm passionate about, and something I hope that we can help listeners with.
True, exactly. So we're gonna add. Let's go. It's a little bit slow tonight. It's gonna come. That's the live.
Yeah, we'll get there. No problem.
Yeah. So, what's an effective classroom management? Can you tell me, guys? I'm asking you. I was just like,
well, basically, effective classroom management, in a nutshell, if I can present this, is three R's.
Yeah.
There's rules, routines, and rapport. And if we can get these 3 R's in place, then classroom management will be on point, and we'll be able to get our classroom management going well. So establish rules, establish routines, and establish rapport. And if you can do those three things, if you can get those 3 R's, you're well on your way.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, just like you said, the 3 R's. But the great thing about teaching is that you can teach in vastly different classrooms. Your experience is different from another teacher. And now classroom management is such a broad topic, and it's got so many factors that it's also difficult to teach to give some tips to one teacher that might not work with another teacher and their students. What is that saying where they say that teaching is like trying to catch 30 rabbits at once, or pulling in different directions, some kind of quote like that. Yeah, so it's very difficult. So I think for me, effective classroom management is helping your students learn the best they possibly can, and also then controlling the factor, being in control of the classroom, the different individuals in there, and also being the best, allowing yourself to be the best possible teacher that you can be. So it's very difficult with some things, but there are lots of things that we can do as teachers, like you said, building rapport, establishing rules. But there are so many different things that we can do to be even better. That's I think
exactly,
that's
because
important.
Students have so many different personalities and characters. There's no same class. There's not, every year you're going to have different students and different class, and that's true. So there's a good article that you can find on TEFL Lemon. Do you know that? Do you remember? the Stu's got so many articles. If you go and check out Stu's website on teffellemon.com, and as well on his YouTube channel Teffel Lemon. Now on YouTube you can just go at Teffel Lemon. So the classroom management is an important part of teaching English as a foreign language. Although lesson planning is important, one cannot teach effectively unless the students listen. Every teacher knows how frustrating wild children are, that's for sure. And some students make me so angry that I want to yell and shout and say, I give up. Good luck learning English by yourselves. All right, go. Just get the problem away, right? Push the problem away. Some classes only have one troublesome students, but naughtiness is a problem that spreads like wildfire. As soon as one student starts goofing around, this behavior emboldens the others to misbehave as well. What do you think about that? Eric? It's true. Yes,
very true.
For sure.
Yeah, I think what students expect from you is to be, to be fair and to be consistent, because that's what you want in a leader. And if one student starts acting out and gets away with it, and the other students notice, it's very possible for the class to it will escalate, and it can turn really bad. So it's important to be fair and to enforce your rules, but in order to control the classroom.
True. Exactly. Great. Let's go on into this PPT. Of course, I didn't forget as well, for people who don't really know, Eric might be new to some of you. You go and check out his YouTube channel and as well his website, where you can find all his classroom. You go on the website, you click classroom management tips, and you will have all the videos about classroom management right away in front of you. As well, you get a Patreon, right?
Yeah, I started a Patreon. I plan on creating a curriculum for English teachers. I'm busy with that now, and I'll put that out for my Patreon members. Thank you so much for the shout out, by the way.
All good, man. Yeah. Really good job you're doing.
I just want to quickly jump in there, Mike.
Yeah, sure.
Basically, I've got quite a few followers in China, especially, and on the course that I run, and for classroom management, Eric is one of the go-to guys for classroom management. Like I always direct people that follow Teffel Lemon towards Eric, towards Attitude Channel, to find out more about classroom management, find out new tips, strategies. These are important, really important strategies of how to run a successful classroom. And Attitude is one of the top places. So definitely, I'll back you up on that, Mike. Definitely check out Attitude and subscribe to the channel. Check out all the videos, because they will certainly help you in the classroom.
Thanks to you. You're going to make me blush. I appreciate it.
No, you deserve it, man. It's like really good stuff.
Bruh. You must feel the force around you.
Yeah, just feel that force, the teacher's force. Yeah, we got to stay together. Oops, don't go too fast, Mike. Here we go. So why is it beneficial for teachers and students? Of course, learners, when you have clear classroom management, it's safe, and learners learn best in a safe and secure environment, right? And it saves times and efforts for the teacher too, right? It's not only beneficial for the students. It's also beneficial for the teachers, right? It's easier to engage students and get them on task. What do you guys think about it?
Well, it's been proven that children, especially children, they learn better from teachers that they like. So
True.
if children like you, they're going to learn more. They're going to enjoy your classes more, and they're going to learn language better and more effectively. They're going to be able to recall language long term. But it doesn't mean that you have to goof around all of the time. You know, like I'm a goofy teacher. The kids are going to like me. That's not the case. Children are more likely to like you if you've got good rules and good routines. You talk to the children and you develop rapport. So you find out what their hobbies are, what they like out of school, what they've been doing recently, and you show an interest in your children. And you're not necessarily children. I'm sure lots of people coming in tonight have adult students. What I'm talking about is developing community, developing rapport, and the students know you, you know them, and you've got rules and routines in your classes that they can follow and they can look up to, they can respect you. So what I'm trying to say is they like you, but you also you've got your line, and they know where that line is. There's a structure in place, and this will all together work together for them to love your classes.
Yeah, I definitely. I also think, there are so many benefits to having a class under your control, and of course they're going to learn better. They're going to enjoy the classes because they feel safe and it's structured. They're going to learn better. But I think also as a teacher, I remember when I first started teaching, and I had a horrible class. It was my first year as a teacher, and the amount of stress that you go through the night before you go to that class, you just hate it. You hate it. And I think that stress is so bad for you. And then for the students, other benefits, it's going to extend outside of the class too. If you go to a class where you're organized, you're learning, then, you go outside the classroom, you go home, and you've had that experience of being in a class that's fully committed, and everybody knew exactly what to do. So massive benefits to be able to control your class effectively.
So true. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Stu, for your help. I was going through the comments. Get a lot of people saying hello from all around the world. Here is one of them. I was switching some. I'm so happy that you received teacher Mike. He's really a great person. Thank you. I love listening to his understanding videos too. The beginners. Thank you very much for being here. Yes, that was before Stu arrived. I don't want to miss everyone because it's it's really nice to have you all the community here spending a Sunday night. It's also very nice to Stu and Eric for being here today. So a big shout out to them, and go check out their channel from Algeria. Yassine, thank you very much for being here. Matilda, sweet, thank you so much. We have also 应该是我不太清楚，看不太出来了。Okay, 欢迎回 back online. Yeah, it's better in English. All right. Oh man, good. Thank you. No, I'm not too good at reading Chinese characters. It's still a pain for me.
Was that nothing?
Maybe wrong. I think
maybe
it's
wrong.
Xin, the last one. Luis Meras from Honduras. Thank you very much. Welcome. We have Ismail. Really interesting topic. It's really broad term that interrelate many activities and tasks that facilitates teacher's work. Thank you so much, Ismail, for being here today. Just going. Who was
Actually,
Lusa? Who's like, Lusa is happy she's a man team. Yeah. Thank you, Lusa. Right.
Actually, Eric just raised a really good point just a second ago. The stress. You know, when you're dreading class, and we've all been
True.
there. We've all been there, all of us.
Ecuador.
We are like Saturday. It's a Saturday. You know, we've got 5 classes today. First class, I love that class. Second class, that's good. Third class is okay. Fourth class, oh, I don't like it. That boy's in the class. He's going to give me a hard time. No one respects me. I can't. You know, I feel anxious about this class. I don't like this class. I feel bad. And we've all had it, and teachers shouldn't have to feel that way. And if you do feel that way about one of your classes, then we need to change something. We need to change our routines and the way that we manage the class and the way that we manage difficult students. Because the reason that you don't like that class is because of difficult students. So if we can change the way that we manage those difficult students and get them to work with us rather than against us, then we won't feel bad about teaching those classes. We won't dread those classes. That's exactly what Eric said. It's so true. We've all dreaded classes, and we shouldn't dread classes. We should love classes. So we need to change something. We need to improve that classroom management.
I think the idea of control is that you have certainty. You know exactly what's going to happen. And with a lot of teachers, the thing is, there are things that you can control and there are uncontrollables. Uncontrollables, who your students are, their backgrounds, or the environment you're in, the school, the rules, other teachers around you. Those are things that you can control. So as teachers, when it comes to classroom management, we should focus on the things that we can control. The structures that we create in class, the routines that we have. We have a comment here. I hope you don't mind me reading it. I just thought about it.
All good, bro. All good, bro.
Tabelo Chongwe says, a quick question, guys. Is it advisable to go for more serious, strict teaching approach or playful kind of approach when teaching kindergarten children? And that also comes to the activities that you're going to do in class. You're going to use different activities. Answering that question, I think you do need boundaries in your classroom, but with younger students, you want them to enjoy it, and they will follow you if you have activities that are enjoyable for them. But there are so many things that I would like to say. You can say have fun activities in class, but that doesn't mean that the whole class has to be a playground. You should also control the energy in the classroom. But it just comes back to this quick point I wanted to make, is that we should focus on the things that are in our control, the things that we can control in our classroom, our rules, our activities, our structures. And a lot of people say, and also, who we are and how we interact with our students. Those are things that we can control, and we should focus on those.
Exactly. And I was just changing the PPT for a while, just like to 10 classroom management techniques. They are also part of the management, how to manage your kids, how to keep them attract to your class. This is also part to management technique. So we got of course, in the classroom, you always have to have a positive and class atmosphere, right? That you don't get me wrong with that. Body language, of course, is very important when you teach, right? TPR is a good example. Classroom setting. What is classroom setting? Is like where you're gonna you have to figure it out. Some students, they won't talk because they are not seated with their friends, especially in kindergartens, right? Oh, I want to go with my friends there. I want to sit with them. So the classroom setting is not only kids sitting around, it's also the decoration around in your classroom is also a very important thing. I remember when I started to teach my French class, I had my students who said they had something really, well, French class, of course, is not in kindergarten, right? It's high school, right? We go up another level. Whatever you guys want to ask, it's all fine. We can pretty much try to help you with any student's level, even adults. And then, so I had that students in the classroom who was saying, you know what, Mike, I had a wall in my classroom when it was le mur des mots in French. So, which means in English, the wall, the wall of words, the words wall. Is pretty much every classroom has to have this kind of vocabulary, especially when you just start the language with high school students. They have to have this kind, this wall would be built step by step when we go further into the units or into the lessons. So all these classroom settings are really, really important for you to set up in the classroom, even if online teachers.
Yeah, you've got it's one thing I do with my classes. I have a like you do. I have a word wall. This is great for vocabulary learning. There's repeated encounters with vocabulary. The more times students can encounter words, the more likely they'll be able to recall it long term. So you've got a word wall in your classroom. You've got a new vocabulary item. The students walk up to the wall, write it on the wall, add it to the word wall, revisit it, look at it, read it out, call it out. And you can just change how your classroom is. You can put colorful posters on the wall. You can put students into pairs, put them into groups, change around the tables. There's so many, classroom management has so many facets, so many good facets. You're talking to your students, you're asking them questions. What movies do you like? What was the last time that you went to the cinema? What did you see? Did you like it? Was it good? Was it bad? Why was it bad? Just talk to your students, change the wall, change the desks, change the seating, and just keep working it. And you're going to get this wonderful community of students that love your class. They just enjoy being there. They enjoy your company. They respect you. They don't want to be naughty. And then you can turn a naughty classroom. Let's say you've taken over a classroom from somebody else. It's naughty. You don't like it. Change it. It won't happen overnight. We've talked about this before. It won't happen overnight, but slowly, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, you can change the students, change the vibe, and they will love your classes. This is the main thing.
So true. Exactly. And like you said, world wall should be like something like you don't not only look at it, but you're part of it. You build it. It's even better.
That's it. Absolutely. Get the word wall. And if you haven't got a word wall in your classroom, just try it out. Just slowly start building it. And if you don't have a space, just get some A1 poster paper and just build one yourself. Very, very cheap, very easy, and just start next week.
I used to be so envious of other classes. I would walk into a teacher's class and it's just amazing with all the projects on the wall and colorful. And I remember walking back to my classroom and, you try and do things, but some of us just aren't that artistic. But, whatever we can do to make it a pleasant experience for our students. When we're talking about the classroom environments, I think, the way that you set it out, if you're going to do group tasks and pair activities, so have it set up so it doesn't take too much effort for them to move things around or to sit in groups. Or if you're playing games, that students don't get hurt. Have an area for that. And also, I remember in the past, some teachers also had, reading corners, perhaps, where students go there, or you've got a beautiful, I remember, my teacher, when I was, I think 8 or 9 years old, she had this beautiful carpet, and that was the story carpet. And then every Friday, she would get, all of us would sit on the carpet and she would read to us. So yeah, we should, whatever we can do to construct our classrooms to benefit our students, especially when it comes to classroom management, we should try it. But not, by the way, not all teachers are able to do that. For example, when I teach now, I teach in different classrooms. It's just a good idea.
Eric, I've my primary school, I had this teacher. I still remember his name. His name was Mr. Piggott. A big shout out to
Who?
Mr. Piggott, got him.
would read Roald Dahl, once or twice a week. We'd sit down, he would put on different voices for the characters. And I loved that time. I look back on it fondly. He was my favorite teacher. And this is the thing, children, they really look fondly on teachers that they love, do put in that extra effort. And some circle time. I know, like, this is a language teaching channel, so it's not just like kind of like reading native level kind of text and stuff, but you can have circle time where you sit down and you share stuff, bring in toys or bring in stuff that's from your home that's important to you, talk about it, create that context, create that platform where kids can go, right, okay, look at this stone. I found this stone on holiday. And then you talk about it, just listen about this stone, and let them produce language that excites them and is important to them, and build the community, build that classroom community where they love you, you love them, they love each other, and everyone's happy, and you'll get far less instances of poor behavior. Just build that atmosphere and that community.
Exactly. Thank you so much. We got a question right here. How we apply the effective management technique for job place? Oh. So is it a job placement? I'm not sure
I guess
that one.
at school, maybe just in class. So how to apply it effectively. I've read a lot of books on classroom management, and one thing, I don't remember exactly which book it was, but they said, the success, they surveyed so many teachers, they went to classes and they watched these teachers, and they said those teachers that were successful were serious. You should take them seriously, because they were able to effectively control their classes. Now, when it comes to techniques, it's the students and it's you. And, if once you get more experience, then it's easier to deal with students. But what do you do if you don't have that experience? Then so you're talking about how do you apply the effective management technique? So first, you're going to set up your structures. You're going to implement the rules of the classroom that students have to follow. And then you also want to have routines, especially at the start of class and at the end of class, and also for transitioning between activities. You're going to want to have a lot of activities in between to transition to, because students have limited focus, and once they get bored, they're more likely to act out. So yeah, you're going to set up the rules, you're going to enforce them, you're going to explain them to your students and also the consequences. You're going to set up routines. That means the way that you start your class and how you transition between activities. You want to have different activities. So I spoke quickly before about classroom energy and managing it. This is a nuanced point, but when students come to your class, especially in a language class, you want to start with energy that kind of builds the excitement and gets students to engage. And then you also want to have downers, or periods where they can relax again. So you don't just want high energy all the time, because the students are going to get hyper, and you don't want them to be bored out of their minds. So you, as the teacher, you're going to have to manage that. So what did I say? It's routines, structures, rules, and then you talk about how to effectively do it for the students. That comes down to experience. But what you can do is start acting like a person who's in control, and try and fake it till you make it. So even if you know you don't have experience, or you're not the most confident person, you want to tap into a teacher or a leader that you knew before, and try and be that person for your students, because that is what they deserve. Last thing I just want to say is that the best thing you can do for classroom management is to be well prepared. The worst thing is if a teacher walks into a class, they have no idea of what to do, and they're not prepared enough. They don't know what activities they're going to do. They don't know the material. They don't know how long the activities are going to be. So it takes maybe an activity is over in 5 minutes, and they wanted to use it for 20 minutes. Yeah. So that's just some of the things that go into how to effectively.
And that makes me remember one shorts, because we've been watching a short from Eric. It's a cute, and there's one short was very that I like it very much from Stu. Here we go. Let's check that out.
Have you ever kicked anyone out of your class?
It's coming one day.
All of us teachers, from time to time, we have students that give us a hard time, and it can be very easy to say, "Get out of my class. Problem, go away." The problem with that, though, is that you put yourself at risk. What if the student says no? What then? You've already said to the student, "Get out of my class." The student, in front of all the other students, turns around and says, "No, I'm not going." Then what do you do as a teacher? You either have to let it go and let the student win, and lower your standing as a teacher in front of all those other students, or you have to raise your voice, you have to start shouting, you have to elevate the problem. And what happens if you shout and say, "Really, get out now," and the student says, "No, I'm not going"? By telling students to get out of the class, teachers are putting themselves at enormous risk of failure, and it can lead to bigger classroom problems. Never ever try to kick out a student because you put yourself at risk as a teacher and your own standing. On the TEFL Lemon 180-hour high certificate TESOL, we have a whole unit devoted to classroom management. This is one of the most important units on the course. We look at how to manage classes, strategies where that won't happen in the first place, how to avoid and minimize risk, how to minimize instances of poor behavior from students, how to make classes a happy place. And the classroom should be a happy place, right? We should have less instances of poor behavior and more instances of positive, good, happy student, happy learning behavior. And it's very possible with good classroom management.
Exactly. Good classroom management, right? You said it all.
Yeah, it's so important. It's so important to get your class well controlled, well managed. It's literally teaching 101. This is the most important thing I think any teacher needs to put their attention on. But there can be quite a confusion between what is the difference between a rule and a routine. So a rule is about student conduct. It's how you want them to behave in class. So, for example, put your hands up when you want to speak. Don't just shout out. So this is a rule. No running in the corridor. You run into each other, you hurt yourself. Toilet breaks. How you want to organise toilet breaks. These are your rules. Is student conduct. And routines are about how you want your children to behave during certain tasks. So it might be like how you want them to enter the room. You know, do you want to line up? You just want to like flood into the class or run to their desk? How you want to leave? How you want to rub out the whiteboard? How you want the
Sit.
kids to? Yeah, how you want them to sit? How you want them to go and get the colored pencils for a craft activity? These are routines. So rules are to do with conduct, and routines are to do with specific tasks.
Exactly, because we had a question right in here from Wayne Pearson, who was saying, does it matter where you place your kindergarten students when they sit? I think this question is, yes, it does matter. For sure. You're not going to put two naughty boys together. That's pretty obvious. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So yeah, it does matter. You know, even some students, they won't speak because they're sitting next to someone that they might do not like, you know. So you gotta let them feel comfortable, which is very important. Kids must feel, especially in kindergarten, they must feel comfortable. After in high school, that may, that might be different. They are too comfortable. They might chat to each other. They might just have fun playing on the computer and all stuff. So you are, like I say, every teacher's in his own classroom is the only boss, because he's supposed to know every single student's character. And that's where comes in classroom management. What I think is one of the most important one is the rapport, the relation that you get with your student. If this relation you get to know your student, you can have him do what you want, pretty much. With respect.
That's it. So you've got your rules. You've like the 3 R's. Classroom management, 3 R's: rules, routines, rapport. Rapport. This is the most important one.
Oh,
build it, work on it. Remember what your students like. Make a mental note. I always keep a diary of each class that I have, and in the diary, I make a note. Each student has got their own page, and I make a note of their common mistakes. I make a note of the things that they're good at, the things that they struggle with, the things, and but importantly, I also make a note of things that they like. If Amy likes dogs, has a dog, likes dogs, I make a note of that in my diary. And before each class, I look through my diary and I just remind myself of, and then I make a point of it. Oh, hey Amy, how's your dog doing? And you build that rapport, and you learn more about your students. And the more you know about your students, the more rapport that you have, the better your classes are going to run, and the less instances of poor behavior you're going to have. And even like the most, like even like your naughty kid, and every class has them. The more you know about that student and his needs and his likes, his challenges, and you talk to that student will slowly start to behave better and better and better in your classes, and you're going to have a good time. You're going to turn that horrible class into a good class.
Yeah, I totally agree. If it's possible, create a seating chart. And on my seating charts, I like to do what Stu was talking about: making notes of our students. Also, when it comes to building rapport, you want to get to know your students and take an interest in their lives, so that they feel like you know them and you like them. One thing I quickly want to point at is when you were talking about kicking a student out of your class. Conflict happens in life, and it will happen in the classroom, because some students might be a student might be acting out, or whatever the case may be. But just like a lawyer, that you say you should never ask a question you don't already know the answer to. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you don't know what the outcome's going to be. You don't want to put your students in, you don't want to get into a match of wills with your student. So in that situation, you never want to humiliate them in front of class, or challenge them, or even give them a place for them to kind of, battle with you about something. So if something like that happens in your classroom, rather delay it. Say, okay, this is the wrong way. I want you to talk to me after class, if possible. So you never want to have that conflict happen in front of the students. You have your rules, and you just say, listen, these are the rules. You've got to follow them. That's your only choice. So you can either follow them, or you can come and see me after class and we can discuss it. So yeah, they're just two vastly different points where it's like a seating chart, but also I think these moments are important. So don't do that with your students.
Yeah, that's such good advice. That is such good advice. Such a great way of putting it as well. It's like, conflicts will happen, and don't put yourself in that position. I saw it the other day in my school. A teacher tried to kick out a student, and the student lost face. We work here in China. They have this face thing. They were embarrassed in front of the others, and they started to say, no, I don't want to do that. And so luckily, another teacher spotted it and was able to, it worked out a way. But yeah, don't put yourself in that position. Don't create the environment where that can happen. So yeah, just say to the student, right, I'm not happy what you just said. We will discuss this after the class. And then, and then you are, you're creating the environment where you're not putting yourself at risk.
Exactly. So true. Thank you so much, guys. Let's see some common disruptive behaviors that we do have. I'm sure the teachers that are in here today, I'm sure that's what the teachers, they're going to say. So we pretty much answer, we did this. What if you get a students who say no? You ask him to do something, and the guy is just going to be like, no. Well, it's in kindergarten, it's quite pretty much easy. When you look at the kid's face, you know that he's not feeling good. He might be afraid, I had some kids who were looking at me like, oh my God, so big. He would be like, you got blue eyes. Oh, you got so much mama, so much poise on your arm. So they're very, so it's here what we didn't pretty much talk about, especially for kindergartens. They might have kindergartens teachers in the chat. And I'm sure, you have to, it all depends on your voice level, right? Sometimes your voice level is also very important. I'm someone who's shouting sometimes. You can feel my voice. But when I'm in front of a kid, I can see that he's not feeling good. He's not in his environment. So you got to go slowly. You bend down, you go talk to him. And you have to make him feel that it's dad talking or even mom talking.
Bruh.
No, just kidding. No. No, but it's pretty much it.
Mike,
your voice is important.
Yeah,
your voice level is important.
Absolutely. I mean, when you said that, for kids. Okay, let's look at kindergarten. We are caregivers. Parents, mom, dad, teacher, we give care. We are caregivers. So like you said, we can talk like mum and dad. It's one of our duties to do that, and get down low, eye contact, face to face, where you're not towering above them, looking down. Like, get down low, like face to face, like this, and give care, give give empathy, give feeling. And the more you know students, the more you get to know them, the more you get to know what they may refuse. Oh, Emily, come and move this shape on the board. And it really freaks her out. She doesn't want to be the center of attention. She doesn't feel comfortable. And if you try and make her, she may burst into tears. And, you've wrecked it. So the more you know about your students, the more that you understand about your students, the less refusal you're going to get.
Yeah, I think so. I think great points. So when you talk to the class as a whole, you should have a way of talking to the class as a whole, and then with individual students. And before so what happens with classroom with disruptive students is it doesn't just happen suddenly. It will slowly escalate. It will start with something small and it will build up. So before you get to that point of a student, behaving really poorly, I think we as teachers should also notice when things are about to get bad. So let's say some students are starting to talk a little bit louder than you'd like, or they're not doing the work as well as you would like. I think we as teachers should be able to go into lecture mode to the entire class. So instead of calling one student out, oh, you're doing this wrong, instead be like, guys, I'm so disappointed. I really want us to do better and I want us to work well. But if you're going to do this, then, you're wasting everyone's time or this. So I love doing that. I look for that opportunity, not very often, but if I feel like a class is starting to disappoint me, I go into lecture mode where I talk to the class. And it's not like I'm singling one student out. I could if I wanted to, but we should be able to, like a parent, be able to lecture the students before they get out of hand, because you've already set up the rules. You've already established the routines. They know what they are supposed to do. And instead of making it a one-on-one situation with you and a poorly behaved child, you want to perhaps lecture the classroom first. And then if needed, you can have that one-on-one time with the student where you talk to them. One last piece of advice, actually, I need to go in a little bit. It's getting late for me here too. One thing, when you spoke about voice level. So when I'm teaching at a very high pitch, because it's found that students,
yeah, me too.
They are more open to it. But when I get serious with my students, if I want to speak to them, I'm going to lower my voice and I'm going to speak with intention. So when I speak to my students and I want them to not be afraid of me and want to enjoy class, I'm going to speak like that. And then when I get serious, I'm going to lower my voice. But that's just a small tip that I think most teachers.
Yeah, great tip.
And thank you very much, Eric. Yeah, I know you're a little bit busy, so you can go and check out Eric's Etacude on Patreon, as well on YouTube. I've put in all the different links. Etacude, you put this on Google, you're going to find him for sure. Handsome man, working in Korea.
Thank you, everyone.
How long have you been in Korea?
Thank you so much for having me. Have a nice day, everybody. Have a fantastic week.
Cheers. Thank you so much, man.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Yeah.
And just actually
it's been
building
quite long.
just building on. No, well, to be honest, Mike, we could do classroom management for literally the entire year. It's such an important. It's such an important. It's such an important point, right? This is
true. That's true.
If teachers can get their classroom management on point and they're happy with it, it makes your life so much better. We've all got those classes where we hate those classes. Oh no, it's my Sunday class. I hate this class. I hate that kid. And you shouldn't have to feel that. No, you shouldn't say that. But we're all teachers. We all know that this happens, right? We all felt that way. You shouldn't feel that way, but you do. It's because you've got the classroom management wrong. And if you can get your classroom management better, you won't feel like that anymore. And what Eric said just a minute ago about your changing your voice, changing your tone of voice, quiet, loud, like this is all part of classroom management. And also walking around. Don't just stay in one place. Move around. Engage with students. Walk over here. Walk over there. Walk to the back.
Question from Justo, who was saying, can we threat the students? Like, if you keep on behaving this way, I'll talk to your mom and dad.
Yeah, I think I think so. I think
it's fine.
So. Like, yeah,
it's not really a threat. I would say.
No, just if you know the mum and dad, and say, look, hey, look, like you've done that 3 times now.
Exactly.
I've had enough. Don't do that anymore. If you do that again, I'll speak to your mum after class. Yeah, do it. And then, if that motivates your students into behaving better, yeah, do it. It's okay.
That's for sure. I had there's another shorts that is, oops, if I can find it, a very interesting one. Here we go. Let's see
teachers,
that
how can we stop wasting
Lemon,
time?
another
Like,
shorts,
we've only got
very
maybe
interesting.
40 minutes, 45 minutes per week with one set of students. And by the time that we've gotten the class to settle down, stop them from talking, trying to give instructions, and hopefully they listen straight away, but they never do, right? And you waste so much time getting students to settle down and listen, but by the time the class is over, you haven't covered what you want to cover, and you haven't taught them what you had planned to teach them. So you suffer and the students suffer. So how can we manage this wasting of time? So the biggest way to do this is by the 3 R's. That's having good rules, having good routines, and having a good rapport with students. Now, rules are all about student conduct. No shouting in class, no running in the corridor. These are the rules, they're there. But the biggest are routines.
Routines, very important that you don't,
So important.
you can't waste your time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
that's
if you
it.
get 2-3 minutes.
Yeah. Like routines are so important. How you want your students to come into the class, how you start your class, how you transition between one activity to another. These are routines, and you can have a set way. Okay, so for the first 15 minutes, we're going to do this kind of stuff, like engaging material, introducing the language, introducing the concepts, getting students to talk about it. Now we're going to transition into this. This is your routines, how you normally do stuff, how you check homework, what time of your lesson you check your homework in, how you give feedback. So many different ways that you can set routines. And once you've got your routines in place and you're happy with them, your classes will be like hot chocolate, Mike, like hot chocolate, like hot chocolate.
You must feel the force around you.
They will feel the force. Pretty much. Yeah.
That's it. Your class will go like a dream. Once you've got your routines in place and your students understand what they're meant to be doing and when, classes will go great.
Thank you very much, Lusa, for being here. What an interesting this session. Where or which day do you usually meet? We usually meet on the ESL live stream. It's pretty much the 75 live stream I've been doing. We missed a little bit during the pandemic, of course, but yeah, we've been around for quite a long. With Stu, with all the teachers. I'm thinking as well, ND, the ESL guy. We got Mooncake, who came as well on the live. The language lady. We had so much. Well, of course, we we are a big community back in here in China where, it's a big market. It used to be not that big today, but it starts to coming back a little bit. But it's not going to be like it was before for sure. It's going to be more, we're going to say quality, because some people were making only business, not really education. So, it's great. Sometimes policies, in China today is, and next day is like that. But, you got to go with it. And, sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it's difficult to get used to, but it's all good. I can't complain. Thank you so much, Lusa. So we are always here. The ESL live stream is mostly on Sunday night, 9 p.m. So welcome to join. Thank you so much. I'm checking a little bit the live. How do reward systems play a role in the classroom management? Role play in the classroom should be, you get the 4R. Yeah, I know you got even the 5th R, but I think play a role in the classroom management. Yeah. Reward system, you can use a ton of them.
Yeah, you got
it's a
so
very
many
important one. We didn't talk about it too.
reward systems, like you get like my wife. She teaches Montessori, and in the Montessori method, they don't reward. They don't have a reward system. They don't. Maria Montessori, the founder of Montessori, she was
they don't want them to compete.
Yeah,
maybe
don't reward students. They should feel. They should have intrinsic motivation. They shouldn't have external motivation. A teacher shouldn't say, "Oh, well done." I don't agree with that. I think that's crap. Basically, I think children like to feel that the teacher is proud
praise
of them. Praise your students. Praise
it's so
them.
important.
So important. Like give them a smile.
Exactly.
Give them a thumbs up. Oh, Emily. That was wow. That was so
even
good.
the naughty boys.
Especially
the naughty ones.
Boys. Especially
exactly.
Yeah.
You're so true.
Yeah, Mike, you're so naughty. Pack it in. Like Mike, oh wow, that was so good today. So good today. And the next class, Mike is gonna be better. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be listening.
Exactly, like
because
stickers.
You praise me. Yeah,
like praising, smiling, eye contact, all of this stuff. A thumbs up, it makes a kid feel like $1 million. Putting a little sticker, put a little sticker, buy a little pack of stickers. Every time a child is really good, put a little sticker on their hand. Oh wow, they love you to death. And they will want to do that again and again and again, and they will be so much better in class.
Tutu on Facebook was saying, it's a very interesting subject. Novice teachers, we find difficulties in the classroom management, especially we're working with young learners. Please, how we treat the pupils who make comment for everything. You always got that kid. I call them the radio in the corner in the classroom. It's the radio. For me, it's like, oh, come on. You get the radio in the classroom. No, man. It's pretty much the same. When you get a kid talking all the time in the classroom, he might have problem with attention, right? He needs to pay attention. So some kids, for you to be here is already attractive. You understand? I don't mean Amazon or you're a foreign teacher. So when they put yourself in the classroom, some kids will be like, they're low. Oh, that's a foreign teacher. And then others, they don't care. Other kids are just like, yeah, well, he's just like the other. It's an adult, so he's going to talk to others. Hey, you look at that guy. Hey, he's very fat, huh? You always have these kids in the classroom who's going to say stuff like it's going to make you like feeling like, just in your mind, you're going to say, just shut up. But you cannot act like that, of course. That's what you feel is like, you can hear sometimes. I can understand kids when they're saying in Chinese sometimes, and I wish I couldn't understand, But no, that's for sure. Kids who are like that, you gotta understand. There might be a problem. There might something that distract them, or it's there's one thing you always have to remember as a teacher. When there's a problem in the classroom, find the problem on yourself first. Try to find, what did I do wrong? Right? It doesn't mean it's not the kid, it's yourself. So if you got that kid, the radio in the classroom, might be because of you didn't find the way that he's interesting and he's just making comments on you to others. Right? Or maybe because he is sitting with his best friend, that might be that too. And if you put it between two girls, he's gonna be like, "Yeah, teacher, let me try," and you're not gonna hear that radio again.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you've got like teachers should always reflect. I'm a big advocate of reflective teaching. You reflect on how you're teaching. Let's say you've had a difficult class and you walk away and you sit in your office and you're like, that was pretty bad. Why was it bad? What would I do differently? How would I change the seating? Would I interact with the students differently? And if you've got like a student that's always talking, always commenting on what you're doing, reflect on it. And try to understand why that's happening and what you can do about that the next time.
And that's the same advice for Chris Wong, who was saying, like, I'm always bored in teaching phonics. Any advice for me? So you might go find, you're bored. Why? Why are you bored? What's the problem? It's the same question when you get a kid who's feeling bored in the classroom. That's exactly the same. Is it because of the routines or because of the kids or because, it's a big problem. When you got bored in the classroom, what makes you, a good teacher is someone who knows himself very well, right? It's the same for good students. When they reach middle school, high school, they have to know themselves more. They have to know themselves better so that they know, I'm going to get lazy today. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. But they know that it's going to have, they know that it's going to, they're going to have like bad results maybe. So it's very important to know yourself. Why do you feel bored?
Yeah.
Did you want it?
And also, there's teaching phonics. I've got a friend here in China, a teaching friend. We've never met, but we've known each other for about at least 10 years. He's called Matthew.
Matthew.
Yeah, Matt from South Africa. Big shout out to Matt. Now, he is an expert of teaching phonics. And he's got so many different ways. Like he gets like like toilet rolls. So he'll get like a toilet roll and he'll split it into three different parts, and he'll write like a sound on there. And the students can twist it and like make their own words, like CVC, like consonant, vowel, consonant. He will get a seed, a very, very big seed, and he'll write a letter with a marker on the seed, like this being like R or V or G.
We can do that with stones as well, I guess.
Stones are oo, like long vowel sounds. And he'll plant it. And then when the plant comes out, this is a long-term project, obviously, but when the plant comes out, It'll be the U plant or the G plant or the V plant. And he'll label the plant. The guy's awesome. Awesome. So there's so many things you can do. And so teaching phonics does not need to be boring. There's so many cool things you can do. And then and so I gotta
thank you very much, Chris, for asking your question. And we got the last question for today. How do you communicate and collaborate with parents or guardians to support students' learning and behavior management?
This is I tell you what, Mike, I wrote an article about this about 7 years ago. All right, because I used to work for EF, a really well-known language, really well-known language school. I worked for EF for like 7 years, and the parents used to be allowed to walk into the corridor, and we had a window. We had a window in our classroom. Yeah. So every class you had like this, like looking into your window. And all of the teachers, are like angry. Oh, I've had enough of these parents. They're always looking in. I was like, well, actually, think about this. Think about this. If your child, if your daughter or your son was in an English classroom and you're in the school waiting for your child to finish, wouldn't you look in the window as well? This is a normal thing to do for a mum or dad, right?
True.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not staring at the teacher. They're bored. They're waiting for the time to come up. They're looking in the window, and this is normal parent behavior. What I'm saying is work with the parents.
You must feel the force. You must. Sorry. The force around you.
No, I was writing because
Yoda
exactly. Stu's 100 and more, and then I wanted to write articles. You get how much articles you get now? Because it's been ages.
I've written over the years maybe 500. I'm guessing different stuff. But this is Wayne. You brought up a really good point. Work with the teachers. Sorry, not with the teachers. Work with the parents. They can help. They can help you to teach so much better. You can understand each of your students better. You can understand what they like, what they don't like. Build a rapport with the parents. It's invaluable. Do it. Big advice.
It's very important. Exactly. That's so true. Thank you very much, Stu. We're going to stop for today. Thank you so much for being here in the live. That's an hour and a half that we've been live. Thank you so much, everyone, for being in the live. Thank you so much for Eric, because I can see that we are live as well on Eric's page and Eric's YouTube channel, so it works perfectly, Stu. I don't know what happened last time,
I'll try. No, my fault.
We'll have to try that. That would have been awesome. Great. So StreamYard is really awesome for that. We are not professional of live streaming, you can see, but if it can makes you feel like a little bit more entertained, and I hope you like the ESL live stream. Hope to see you soon. Go and check out ETQ's channel, subscribe, and likes as well for Stu's Tefl Lemon, and he's got courses as well, Tefl Lemon courses. Well, we'll have time. We might be preparing other lives as well, and maybe some webinars if you want to have a specific subject. Yeah, we might be thinking about it. And you guys, well, you choose. You want webinars or not? It's all your choice. Thank you so much. We're here to help you every Sunday night, 9 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We were as well live on LinkedIn. Thank you, everyone. It's Sunday. Maybe it's Sunday afternoon for you. I've seen that a lot of people from all around the world, from France, from Ecuador. Then we had as well from Bulgaria, if I can remember, Honduras. That was crazy. Thank you so much. Thank you to you, Mathilda Sweet. Hope to see you soon in another live. Thank you, Stu. We're going to go all together for the Endless Live. Thank you so much, everyone.
No worries. Yeah, thanks for everyone for dropping in. Fantastic questions tonight. Keep it coming. Come back next Sunday and keep those questions coming. We couldn't do it without the community, so thank you.
Thank you so much. See you next Sunday, 9 p.m. Beijing time. The ESL live stream, your live stream. Goodbye, guys. See you.